Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right? Let's find out. Put the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. Pause. And then... Yes, it opened. And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly open the door. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering.
Oh, yeah, son. So today's challenge on zombies is 20 rounds of tagged or totem.
After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Why are we looking up Kyoko's skirt?
Because we want to see her panties.
The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking to you will help keep my mind off it.
Oh,
so
Bessie.
Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. Yes. That was the perfect timing on Makoto said that, and then you said the same thing.
So, question, what kind of Gatorade are you drinking? Is it the white Gatorade? Is it the Glacier Gatorade?
You're saying that because of the dirty joke you're about to say.
Damn it.
But I'm drinking a better one. So you can make a period joke all you want. Okay. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can't remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So... We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort. It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. Zero. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because like I said, it's our source of pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when was looking up information about this school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. And yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Host Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Host Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Reconnect. I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? Last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. Though every last part of me is happy, he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional.
I got the Wonder Weapon my second time in the box.
Nice. He had his own life to live. That's why anyone in my position might say, right, but it's not true. But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really? The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said. I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day.
I was abandoned. I was just rejected.
She said that she was abandoned by her dad and he wanted to do something. She's got daddy issues. It's okay. It's okay, Kyoko. I can be your dad. Wait, what? His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life. Forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that? Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reach my right hand up and push against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're not out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of it without you. No, thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So now what do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course. But if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might... You're worried? Yeah, of course. Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh? Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's... If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. So she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind something like that before, what does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Muguru's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was? If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get going. Oops. Why do we still have truth bullets?
captain of this vessel was, but one thing is clear. He screwed up royally. Oh, I see. This crank
At the lower
is
level.
in position. Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down.
To the gym we go. Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
It isn't even medical, but brains are gonna splatter when your head isn't fired.
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? So what if I did? What would you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Yeah, why?
So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What? But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that? Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. I was supposed to be chosen as a Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no matter that, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Ooh, he's quiet. Kyoko just told him off. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery, alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being like that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it. Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did. Oh, he's quiet. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto. And you can prove this, right? No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine to make such bold claims without a shred of evidence? I don't have any right now, but with a little more time I guarantee I'll find some. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type. If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire. But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence? It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh? Imagine what everyone out there would think of you killing Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because that we said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours? To do Mukuro's trial all over again. Oh, we're gonna do the trial again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial. Kyoko's so cool. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have? Oh, you quiet, Monokuma. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Very. Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Oh my god. Now, what we've suggested might be possible. Oh my god. Possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax. He really meant it by saying bear jokes. I'm pissed. Does that mean you accept? If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cause you unbearable despair, right? I hate you, Monokuma. Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win now? Or will my despair claim victory? Oh my god. Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school, if you can do that. Then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out. But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held. I remember that, for sure. So what? I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro, it's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already. It's me.
No, I mean on the characters.
Monokuma.
Oh.
So, let me catch you up to speed.
Alright.
Kyoko saved Makoto out. Yes, Kyoko saved Makoto out of the dumpster that climbed back up through the...
I knew Kyoko was dirty.
Kyoko came out of the trash compactor with Makoto, and now she's challenging Monokuma to one final trial. And if they lose, everyone gets executed. If Monokuma loses, the mastermind gets killed.
Oh, snap.
It's a final trial. She just challenged the headmaster.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Monokuma speaking now. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game begins with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What? Are you telling the truth? Why'd you go quiet all of a sudden? Now I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Oh, okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? Yeah, Makoto's worried because he escaped execution, but Monokuma's letting him slide because because it's a television show, Kyoko challenged him in front of the viewers because Monokuma can't break his rules, and he just did in that trial. So Kyoko is trying to prove him wrong that he broke the rules, and if he broke them, he gets executed.
Ah, so he pretty much did because he's letting him live.
We're wondering. I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready.